Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 277. I couldn't remember what number we're on. Of Sonic Boom TV. This episode is being done at 2 o'clock in the morning. I just might as well get right into it. I've had a rough couple of weeks here, months, whatever. Started off with having a foot injury sort of thing. I am not sure what it is. Thought it was maybe gout at one point, but I think it's more of a nerve kind of thing. And started off in my left foot. Couldn't walk for several days. Kind of spread throughout my foot a little bit, and then started going away. It still hasn't fully gone away, but got to the point where I could walk on it without a limp and everything. And then, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, switched to my right foot, almost exact same spot. And that started hurting. And that took me a couple days to be able to walk on it. And I started getting better a little bit. But then Friday or Saturday, maybe, it decided that it was going to go into my little toe, the kind of like the side of the knuckle there on that toe. I don't know what you call it. So that's been hurting really bad for the last couple days. So I haven't been able to really get in here and do what I need to do. I mean, I've got all my records mostly in order now. But I wanted to start pulling stuff for the Thrash show that I keep promising to do for a couple of my friends there. And I will be pulling that stuff probably tomorrow. So hopefully by the end of this week, I can do a show for that. And then, I don't know when the last episode was, but had a friend of mine die a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Was a good friend. I hadn't talked to him in a while. He passed away, and then about 2-3 weeks ago, maybe, my dog passed away. And that's been really hard because she was old and I knew she was going to pass away soon, and she was having some problems. But the way she passed away kind of wrecked me because it wasn't how I expected. I hoped she'd go in her sleep, and it wasn't a peaceful way to go the way she went. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm sure people are like, what happened? But it just, some of you already know, but it wasn't a peaceful death, and it's really kind of screwed me up. So I didn't want to do any videos for a while. So I really don't want to do this one right now, guys, to be honest, but I'm trying to get back to normal things, and so we're going to do it. I've got some records. I got some stuff that I won that I don't really want. I got some stuff that I bought that I don't know if I've showed any of this. Maybe one or two of these might have already been shown. I don't remember what the last episode was, or, that was a while ago. I feel like, let's see, August 20th was the release date of that last one. So it's been a month. So let's get into it. I've got 4 records that I won. I really don't know anything about them. And I don't know that they have any trade-in value, really. Actually, I have 5 records that I won that I may bring them in to see what I can get, but I can't imagine much on them. Maybe 1 or 2. But first, we've got Cakes Da Killa, Svengali, maybe? I don't know. It looks like rap, hip-hop stuff. Never heard of it. Don't want it. Then we've got Koro, Stay Tuned to Have Your Heart Broken. This, according to Discogs, it's supposed to be some kind of rock album, maybe. Includes the critically acclaimed singles Mona Lisa Overdrive and Hi Hello. Never heard of him, but he looks too much like a modern pop guy with a bunch of tattoos on his head that I'm not even going to risk opening this. I'm just going to try to trade it in if I can. Doesn't look like anything I want. Pel Limbo, the new album produced by Dave Sitek of TV on the Radio, features Cafe Du Monde, Queso, and Almighty Dollar. This is a New Orleans rapper. I've heard that this album is good, but I'm not really into rap and hip hop stuff. But this is one that because he's from New Orleans, I may keep it. I don't know. I'm kind of up and down on that one. This one might be the only one that's worth anything. Then we've got something I have no idea what it says. The brand new album, including the singles "Something to Someone" and "Kiss Me." That guy. Get something. It says Sonder, maybe is that his name, Sonder, or I don't know. Doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. Can't read it, guys. Something Sonder. So I don't know. That's another one. And then this one, I've heard of this guy. It's Common, A Beautiful Revolution Part 2. It's affirmation, it's elevation, it's music to go with a movement. Neon Green. This one may have some people that would want it. This is another hip hop guy. I don't have part 1 though. So those 5 records. I may go to the record store this week because I'm off this week. But I don't know. I don't know that they're worth anything. I don't know if I can get anything for them. So that out of the way, I picked up a few things for over the last month or two. Trying to think. Okay, these are a band that I'm not 100% sure what they are as far as style of music, but either way it'll be okay, I think. I bought 2 albums by them. I think they have 3 in total. I got these from VC Vinyl. All those winning ones came from VC Vinyl as well. And this band is called Chunk. No, Captain Chunk. So this is called Pardon My French Deluxe Edition. Its Deluxe Edition features alternate artwork, 4 bonus tracks, and Red Smoke vinyl on this one. $10. They haven't opened this yet. I've been having this one for quite some time, and I haven't opened it. And I just lost my little thing to cut the things with, guys. Hold on. See if I could. It fell behind something. Oh well. We'll just have to do it with our fingers. So it's like this. It's like a statement. It's like Chunk, no Captain Chunk, no Chunk, no Captain Chunk. That's what I think. That's how you're supposed to say the name. I think they're either punk rock or heavy metal from France. I believe they sing in English. I don't know anything else about them. I haven't even listened to any snippets. We got lyrics. Got a band photo. He's got a Tracy Lords t-shirt on. Depending on when that picture was taken, that may be kind of gross or not. Because if you don't know, she was the underage adult film star from the 80s that made a lot of movies, and then people found out she wasn't old enough to be making those movies. I don't know. I never experienced it. But I would have been the right age when that came out, because I would have been her same age as her, I believe. But let's not talk about that. That's weird. So we got the Red Smoke vinyl. Paper sleeves, inner sleeves. And we've got another one. Same thing on the second record. I hope this is good, because if it is, I'll try to find that other album they put out. And then this one is Gone Are the Good Days for Chunk. No, Captain Chunk. On the new album on Translucent Tiger's Eye vinyl. I don't know what. I think I know what Tiger's Eye looks like. I think it's like brown and kind of stripy or something. I'm not 100% sure. But this probably would have been better if it was on pink. Just because the cover has got hot pink neon and a pink sticker. But who knows how many variants they have, right? We open it up and we've got, boom, big hot pink inner sleeve. Gatefold. This one has printed inner sleeves with lyrics, true colors. I wonder if that's a cover of the Cyndi Lauper song. Don't know. Ooh, Tiger's Eye is a little more orange. Orange with... This is what I meant by lines. It's smoky, but it's kind of got the, going out. I think I have another one or two that are probably called Tiger's Eye as well that are similar to that. Same thing. And same thing. It looks a lot more orange on my screen than it does. It looks a little bit more brownish when I look at it. But that's catching the light going through it. So I haven't listened to these at all yet, of course, because I just opened them. But I look forward to doing so. I think it's going to be good. Got both of those for $10 for 2 double LPs. That's not too bad. $10 each. If they come across, if they come up with a third one, I'll definitely get that. Unless I hate what I hear, but I don't think that's going to be the case. And like I said, it's either going to be punk rock or heavy metal, and that should do fine for me. Next one I got, VC Vinyl has a secondary whatnot thing that they call VC Value. Something just fell. Oh, that's my picture. That's my picture of my little dog that I did after she died. She's a little angel dog. But anyway, they don't really have anything I want on there. It's like stuff I've either already bought like 2 years ago, or pop stuff that I don't have any interest in. But this one somehow made its way there. I missed it on the regular show, but somehow it made it to the VC Value show, and I had a coupon for like 15% off. So I got this for $9. It's something I already own. It's Perry Grip for Kids About to Rock. It is. I didn't realize it was glow in the dark vinyl as well. But it's 51 songs. And the reason I wanted this was because it has the cover. I had it on, I have it on this Zoetrope thing. It has this terrible plastic cover that I want to get rid of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this record out and I'm going to put it in there with the other one. And we'll call it They All Live Together or something like that. But this is a Made in Canada sticker. This is a kind of a silly songs that are like, they're almost like commercials, like 30 seconds kind of stuff for stuff that doesn't really exist. So it's, and they're all kind of funny and silly, and it's probably made for kids, but anybody could enjoy it. It's not, it's not all crazy. But the first song is like great nachos, great prices, and then he just sings about nachos being at a good price. So we've got the inner sleeve, and I played one side of it the other night. I was just wanting to see how it glowed, and I didn't expose it to the light enough, so it didn't really work too good. But pretty fun album. $9. Couldn't pass that up. I had missed it when it was on the regular VC Vinyl show, and I don't think anybody was buying it. And so that's probably how it ended up going to the VC Value. But I missed it because they had it and then they ran it, and for some reason my little thing wasn't working. and then never went back to it. So I missed out. But then I got it cheaper, so $1 cheaper. So that was that. One of my shows, ways back, I had mentioned that they had another Wage War album. Now I've got, I think, 3 on vinyl and 1 on CD by this band, and I don't think I've listened to any of them. But I know there's some sort of heavy metal band, and I know people say they're good. I don't know if they're good or not, but I got the others for like $10, and this one came out and they were selling it for 20, and people were buying it. They were buying it for 20 plus, and I was like, I'm not buying it for that. So then it went down to 15, and I was like, if it's gone down to 15 and people are still buying it, it's going to stay there for a while. And I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. So it was at 15 and people were still buying for 15 to 20. And then one day I was on there and it went down to $10. I don't know if they meant to do it or what. I've seen it 10 after that, so I guess they did. But I had, at that time, I had a $5 coupon. So I got Wage War Manic for $5. Can't be that. So hopefully it's good. I opened it. I didn't listen to it. But printed inner sleeve. And the vinyl is black with kind of a white splatter. It's not very... It looks like paint, like somebody spilled paint or something, and it just got on certain little spots. It's not very splatterful, if that's a thing. But I need to check this band out because I've got a lot of stuff by them. I cut my hand. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding on my records. But I got to check them out. I've got 3 albums, like I said, on vinyl and 1 on CD, so I got to start checking into them. There was a discussion amongst my friends at, I believe it was the Kansas Connection guys, about REM, and they were like, I think Dan was the one who was saying that he couldn't believe that I had REM stuff. Well, I got a lot of REM, but I picked up this one, the Reveal album. It's 2001 studio album, includes the singles Imitation of Life, All the Way, to Reno, You're Gonna Be a Star, and I'll Take the Rain. It's 180 gram vinyl. This one is not one of their best albums. It's one of their last albums. It might be the last album. I'm not 100% sure on that one. It's okay. It's just kind of mellow, chilled out, whatever. It's not, there's no big hits on it, even though it's mentioned 3 songs. There's no big hits on it. Decent enough. I'm trying to get them all on vinyl, so we'll go with whatever we can get. There's not a whole lot more that I need, but a couple of them I've come across them and I just didn't buy them that day, and then I'm like, why didn't I buy them that day? They weren't expensive. Most of the ones I find are not super expensive. There's a couple that do run up if you come across them in brand new condition, but if you find them used, they're usually not that bad. So we'll see on them. Sorry, gotta be a vampire there for a second. Suck my blood. This one, I don't know if I showed in the last show or not. I'm gonna show it again. I listened to it a couple times. It's pretty good. The Squirrel Nut Zippers, perennial favorites. They are a, what do you call it? Like a swing kind of band, I guess. They had a couple hit songs with Hell and I think there was a Hell of a Hat. No, the Hell of a Hat wasn't them. It was somebody else. There's an album before this that they had a couple hit songs on, and they were kind of in that 90s moment when swing and all that kind of stuff kind of came back for a little bit. They were kind of in there, and but they're really good. I mean, it's an interesting album. This person right here, she is not on all the songs, I don't think. Like, because some of the songs don't have female vocals, but some of them do. And some of them have a mix. But nice little inner sleeves. I believe it's black vinyl. Get that. But it's a good album. It's not the biggest hit. Like the hits aren't as big as the other albums. And I have a couple of them on CD. But Suits Are Packing Up the Bill. What's the other one? Ghost of Stephen Foster. There's two or three of them that have videos, and those are probably the biggest hit sounding songs on there. But you know, it wasn't anything that like took over the radio or any kind of thing like that. It was just casual hits. Next one up, very disappointed with this album because it's advertised there's a song on here that's not on here. And it is AFI, Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes. This is one of their older ones, maybe the second or third album, which I don't have a lot of their old stuff. I have a lot of stuff on the new stuff, like the newer stuff on CD. I have some of them on vinyl. Their new album, I'm really not interested in getting. It's like this, the songs I've heard are like this goth disco something or other. It's bizarre from what I've heard. But this is more like a true punk album. But it's supposed to have a cover of Last Caress, the Misfits song. Last track. It says it right there. Last Caress. LP bonus track, right? Well, this is put out by Nitro Records. And they must have lost the rights to that song or something and didn't bother to take it off of here, but that song is not on this album. It is mentioned there. It is somewhere, yeah, it's mentioned here. No lyrics because it wasn't their song, but it is mentioned right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's very small. Right there. Last Caress. And it is mentioned right there on the label as just Last. Little devil man. But it is not on this album. And that is the reason I bought it, is because I wanted that, because I heard it a long time ago and it was a good cover. And, you know, I've wanted it as well for who the band is, because I do love the band. But that's the song I really wanted off of this one. And it's not there. So there are other pressings of this that it's there, the original and some of the represses. But for some reason, this pressing, which I believe is like 2020 or something like that, 2021. It doesn't say it on here anywhere. But it's one of the newer pressings, and it's not on there, and it doesn't make any sense. I'm almost at a point where I want to just email Nitro Records and say, what's up with that? Because I paid for it, you know. If I would have paid like $40 for it, I'd really be mad. I still paid $16 for it. And that was cheap because most people were bidding it up over 20 up to 30. And I just happened to bid on it one day, and the guy stopped at 15, and I got it for 16, and I thought surely I was going to pay more, but didn't. And so I don't know. The last one I got from VC Vinyl, got this one for 10, surprisingly. It's a band I don't really know much about, except for this one song that's on the radio all the time. Still to this day. I don't know when this came out, but it's over 10 years old, and the song is on all the time. And it's of Monsters and Men. My Head is an Animal, 10th Anniversary Edition. I have listened to it because the song is like an earworm. And the song is called Little Talks. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, you know that song? I did a perfect rendition of that just now. If you didn't believe it, but I've heard it. It's made in Canada. I'll sticker on the back as well. If I didn't show that. What we got here? We've got a little photo of the band there. I love the girl's voice. The rest of the album is good too. It's just nothing nears that poppy of a song. but I do love that song. I hear it, like I said, every day. I hear it just about. And we've got red vinyl with kind of grayish labels with their logo. Oh God. I don't know how many albums this band has, or if any other hits they have, but that one song is so infectious. If you don't know it, just look it up, and within about 10 seconds, you'll be like, yo, I know that song, because I hear it every day. 10 years later, I hear it every day. All right. Forgot to put the little sticker back in there. Couple more to go. One of the guys that are on the chat room thing on Whatnot for Dead Broke Records was selling some stuff of his own, and so he did a show, and I think he's done a couple other shows. I just haven't been able to catch him. He's been selling a lot of old stuff, and he sold something to me. I think I paid $6 for this, and that's Elvis Costello's My Aim Is True. This is the one that has Allison, one of my favorite songs by him. Watching the Detectives, Less Than Zero, and Waiting for the End of the World are the ones that I remember as being played. But good album. But I bought this. I already had this album, but my original one, cover was in worse condition than this one. This one's not the best condition. It's kind of scuffed on the edge there and a little dirty on the back. But the record, bam, perfect. And my record that I had before was pretty scratchy, so it was very noticeable when you listen to it. Oh, and it's got a split seam, but I could fix that if I want to. I probably won't, but I can. Wouldn't take but a minute to fix that with a glue stick and a little love. So I was glad to get this for $6. And then I started looking in his store, and he had more like punk rock stuff and more expensive stuff. And I don't know what I paid for it. But here's one that I'd wanted a long time ago that I never got on CD when it first came out. And I never got it, but oh wait, maybe I do know how much I paid for it. Paid $21 for this. NoFX, White Trash, two Hebes and a Bean. I don't know if you're allowed to say that, but we said it. It's just a NoFX punk rock album from the 90s, 92, I believe. Yeah, 92 it says on here. What's the big... Lisa and Louise is probably the biggest hit on here. Not hit, but biggest, most popular song, I should say. Oh, I didn't realize we had this in here. We've got that and some lyrics on that. I'm not... Fat Mike is the guy, the leader of NoFX, and I'm not a huge fan of him himself, but they've got some pretty good songs and albums. And I've got a few things. I don't have a lot. Sometimes they get weird political that I don't want to hear it. And he's known to like go on stage with bands that he's either playing a show with or whatever, and just like join them, and they don't ask him to do so. And there's a video of Bad Religion singing a song, and he walked on the stage, and they're like, what? Why is he here? So that's I have a kind of love-hate going thing with NoFX, but I wanted that album, so I got it. $21. But he also included a bootleg CD that he probably bought out from under me, because it was when I had Dead Broke Records was selling a bunch of these for like $2, $3, and he kept outbidding me for like $4 or whatever, and he didn't even want the stuff, and I really did want the stuff. So but this is called called Barracudas Surfers Are Back. Some 1979 demo tracks. It's a CD. It's on number 12 out of 60. This is from, they're made in another country. I don't remember which one. Albania, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere. And then this is a band I don't know much about, but punk rock kind of stuff. Garage rock, probably. Recorded in London during the summer and fall of 1979. But I like these kind of things, because they kind of capture a time, even though they're not official and that kind of stuff. But they're not really. See, it says not for sale. Dead Broke had to sell them because he probably bought them. But I just he doesn't overprice them or anything like that. So I like them for that. That they're not really making a ton of money off these bands by selling this. So that's a cool thing. I've got several others by different bands, but I have to talk to Dead Broke and see what I can get, if I can get some more, because I do enjoy them. Last two I did get from Dead Broke. I might have shown this one already. I'm not 100% sure, but it's Sinkhole Groping for Trout, and there's a sticker right there. It's not really a part of the record. Sinkhole, I showed a band a couple months ago, and some of the members of this are on that. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. It's too late. We've got a little inner artwork with some lyrics and stuff. And green vinyl. This is a limited edition one. I don't remember how many. I feel like he said 120 maybe of this color. I think there's a black version as well. I'm not 100% sure. Punk rock stuff from the 90s, pop punk kind of stuff, kind of funny, lyrics and stuff. I never heard of them back then, but when I listened to the preview that he played on his show, I was kind of into it. And then when I got it, I was, this is pretty good stuff. And so from there, I had to buy it, especially since it was limited and all that other good stuff. I had to buy that color, or else. I think it was 24, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'm not 100% sure on this last one I got here. But I know he was running out of these, and I think he had less than 10 left, and they were kind of limited as well. And I wanted this just because of the name, and I didn't realize what the picture was at first. Now I see it, and it's kind of gross. But they're called Meet the Sewer Trout, the Complete Discography Collection Extravaganza. When I saw this online, my eyes are bothering me, guys, if you notice I'm blinking weird and stuff. I thought this right here was like a shark, and I thought that was the mouth. That's not what that is, guys. That is a fishing pole coming down with a hook, and that is a poo. So that's a little weird. And when I played this the first time, I posted a picture online, and a couple people were like, ugh, and I was like, why are they saying that? Because it never connected in my brain that sewer trout would be something in the sewer that we all do. But again, punk rock stuff. This was a Dead Broke and Lava Sox and Dead Broke record release, and it's got some funny stuff. Wally and the Beaver go to Nicaragua. There's a Sex Trout song. President of the Anarchist Club. I'm a Hypocrite. I don't know. Fooling Around. Garbage In, Garbage Out. Free to Rip My Flesh. Holiday in Romania. And Sewer Trout for President, among others. Interesting stuff. I thought this was on green vinyl as well. But I didn't notice this either. It says Sewer Do, and that's supposed to be like the Husker Du logo. And I think that picture is similar to one of the Husker Du albums. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know too much about Husker Du as well. I need to find out more, but I haven't got into it. And then that side's got that. And that's all I've got right now, guys. There is 2 records I have out there right now that are supposed to be coming. The guy took like 5 days. I forgot to show you guys this, the inner part. But he took like 5 days to ship it, and then it's been 3 days, I think, since he shipped it, and it hasn't left Texas yet. So I don't know. Maybe it'll show up tomorrow or the next day. But it says it's not coming until next week, and I can't believe that'll be true. But there's a hard rock one and one that I'm not quite sure what it is. It's just a name that I remember from the 90s, and I don't know what it is at the moment. But those 2 are out there. And after that, I don't really have anything. I want to get the new. I want to order the new Dropkick Murphys album, but it's expensive, guys. Oh my god! I just looked it up online, off their website, and it's with shipping, it's like $54. It's double LP, but that's a lot of money for a record that I don't even know if I'm going to like that much, because the last ones for Dropkick Murphys were okay, but they weren't their best efforts, and I believe that to be because they haven't had anyway. One of their singers, I can't think of his name at the moment. I can't think of anything. It's too late. It's working on 3 o'clock. But anyway, they haven't had that guy in the band in a while, so I'm not sure if he's on this album or not. And I feel like ever since he went out of the band, they haven't been as good. I don't know. I think there was some kind of medical issues with a family member, maybe his mother or father or something like that. And he was taking care of them. I'm not 100% sure, but I hope he gets back in the band, and I hope they get back to being better. I know they've been on a lot of political kind of rants on some stuff on the internet, which I don't care for too much, but they do have a lot of political subjects in their music, so I just don't like to be preached to, so if they want to sing about it, that's fine, but I don't want to hear them ranting about it from the stage. That goes for any band. Nothing turns me off more than a guy standing on a stage, and I'm there to hear his music, and he's there to preach his politics, because I don't agree with most anybody's politics, to be honest with you. Whatever side you're on, if you keep talking, I'm gonna be like, this guy's, he's an idiot or whatever. And maybe you're not, but that's how I feel when you start trying to convince me of your ways. So that's my political stance. So anyway, that's it for this episode. I'm going to do that thrash episode as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm going to be pulling the stuff probably tomorrow. I got my little box right here. My little record box with some stickers on it, if you guys want to see some cool stickers. I need to put some more on the sides. Some of these are New Orleans bands, some of these are national bands, some of these are local bands to other areas. I don't know if I showed this side. And then the top, this is the sticker right here is mine artwork for 2 Minute Cage, a local band. I got this box. This is an awesome little box. I got this box one time I went to the Euclid Records, as you can see right there, and I needed a box, and I said, because I bought like 50 dollar bin records or whatever, and I asked him, I said, you have a box or something, because I don't think bags are gonna work for all this. And he goes to the back, and he comes out and he hands me that, and I was like, whoa, that's a nice box. And he goes, yeah, you can have it. I was like, all right, so I took it. And it's cool. I mean, it was just white with a black lid, and one day I stuck a sticker on it, and I was like, you know what? I might fill this thing up with stickers and go from there. So that's what I was doing for a while, and then I stopped because I didn't run out of stickers. I got stickers all over this place, but I just stopped putting them on there. So I got to get back to doing that and then update the box. So anyway, I've rambled enough. You don't need to hear any more. That's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.